Hello, judges. Thank you for this opportunity, but also I do want to say we are Team 14. I'm Nykki, and my two other team members, Leah and Shermee, are going to present to you our app, Thrifty Grooves. So, of course, our latest topic of ticket prices pre and before post-pandemic. Live Nation reported that about 43% in revenue has increased between 22 and 2019. Definitely more expensive today to tour than it was pre-pandemic. And because of that, we have seen about average prices quadruple from $26 to $95 from 1996 to 2019, which definitely had outpaced inflation. A problem we see that, of course, these ticket prices are increasing, but it's also pricing out fans for attending their favorite artists. So cities now have implemented different methods, such as finding smaller local shows with lower ticket prices. But the problem with that is it gets laborious for potential concert goers to look for such options, which ultimately leads to lost revenue by tour acts and venues, which emerging artists may have a fewer chance to connect with their audience and build a potential fan base. So we did a quick survey, about 52, we got 52 responses. So what we discovered that many people do believe the price concert tickets have definitely increased or much higher, and because of that, people have not been able to go to concerts since the last 6 months. So but because of again, ticket prices have been increasing, they definitely have been stopped from going to concerts. But they do have some type of interest in going to more local and low costing prices. It's just, unfortunately, it's just been hard. But again, most people are okay paying over less than $200 for a ticket, but there's still a potential group who are interested in going to more local concerts.
So a solution that we came up for this problem was our little app called Thrifty Groove. A user wants to see their favorite artist in concert, but the ticket prices are out of their budget. This is a use case for the app. Thrifty Grooves will help them find an upcoming show by a similar artist in their area, but with a ticket price that's a little bit more in reach for them. So the way the app works is the user will input an artist, a date range, their location, a maximum distance radius, and their per ticket budget. And the app will find a list of concerts in that range and filter the artists for similar artists to the artists that they originally wanted to see, but just can't quite afford a ticket for. The resources that we use for this app is we query the input data with the Ticketmaster API, and we create a list of concerts with the specified inputs that they put in. And then we use that data to query the Spotify API and get a list of similar artists to the original artist that the user wanted to see. And then we cross-reference those lists, and whatever artists appear on both the lists, those are displayed to the user with all of the relevant data, the artist name, venue, price, and all the relevant links and things like that. These are just a couple of screenshots of the APIs that we use, the Spotify API on the left to get the related artists, and the Ticketmaster API on the right to find the event data with the price information. And some additional features that we wanted to add, users might want to make accounts so they can save information for later so that data is persistent, bookmark shows that they might want to see. We might integrate it with apps like Bandsintown and Songkick, but we just have that little extra piece of not having to search through individual shows to find a given price point. And another feature we were interested in adding was a way for local artists to post their own information about their events, which if they're not using any kind of digital ticket platforms, that might be really difficult information to find for people looking for local shows.
All right, guys, sorry, but I have to cut you off. All right, questions from the judges, please. You have 2 to 3 minutes for questions.
Yeah, interesting. What would you say is, and maybe I'm just not catching this, but what would you say is the main differentiator you have between your app and things like StubHub or SeatGeek, or there's another one where you can find kind of cheap tickets? I can't remember the name of it, unfortunately.
So for me, this is like a problem that I personally run up against, is if I kind of want to just go out and see a smaller show, finding that information can be really difficult, and if I'm looking to only spend a given amount of money. So we really wanted to just have a way to parse the data and present it without having to go to like 10 different local newspaper sites or wherever you might go to find that event information, and clicking on individual events to see what the price point for the tickets are.